Why hello there, Limit here, and man do we have some useless data today. Our goal is to find out what is the maximum amount of kings that can spawn in the 4 kings boss battle. Oh, and if you're wondering why Old Man isn't here today, back in Dark Souls 1 he wasn't such an old man. Deepest lore. So, if you've never played Dark Souls 1 or it's been a while since you played the game, let's do a quick refresher. After you drain the flooded ruins of New Londo, you encounter a seemingly bottomless pit. To enter the boss fight, you must plunge down, and odds are you will die. Now, hours later, you will return with the correct gear to allow you to enter the boss fight. You descend once more. The music swells, the HP appears, and in panic you'll probably swap out your ring, since you really don't want to fight the boss with one of your 2 rings wasted. And once again, it's game over. Finally, you'll fight the boss once more, and you will notice it is a race against time. The kings will enter the arena one at a time. Killing any 4 kings will end battle. Seems simple, right? Oh, not quite. Let's see how this boss works in more detail. So, how does it work? It is often a source of confusion, since naturally you might encounter more than 4 kings. But not quite like that. That's better. Mechanically, the boss is only programmed with 3 rules. 1. Spawn a king when the fight starts. 2. Spawn a king every 40 seconds. 3. No more than 4 kings can be on screen at any one time. Dealing damage to any king hurts the total life bar by an equal amount. You can also deal additional damage to the boss by hurting it during its death animation. And looking at the wiki, each individual king has exactly 1/4 of the boss's total HP, so killing any 4 kings will always end the fight. With these rules, you can begin to see how you can manipulate how many kings will spawn in total. So let's work out the max and min. The lowest amount of kings that can spawn is just 1. Just kill the first king as soon as you can and do enough damage as it dies to finish off the collective health pool. As you can see here. The max is also straightforward too. And since all the kings look identical and they're always spawning off screen, this is going to be quite hard to show visually. So I've made a little visual aid. So you wait 2 minutes for all 4 kings to spawn. That's 4 kings total. Since each king has exactly 1/4 of the total HP, we can kill 3 more kings to allow 3 more kings to spawn. We have now counted 7 kings. However, killing any more kings will end the fight, so an 8th king cannot spawn. And here's some footage of me killing the 3 kings, and then showing 4 remaining. See what I mean by how hard it is to actually show this? But you might have known this when entering the video, and it is fairly obvious. So let's add a few more. During the recording, I noticed that individual kings died a little bit earlier than the wiki stated. This would mean each king has slightly less than a perfect 1/4 of the total HP, allowing an 8th to be spawned. So, after double checking it, each king actually has 2,353 HP total. If the shared total is also correct, this will leave us a remainder of 92 HP after killing 4 kings. But this would only work if the boss's total HP is also correct. So, after hitting the boss 30 times, with 312 damage, and then hitting him 144 times for 1 damage, we can see the 2 totals match perfectly. So we can get an 8th king. The maths all works out, but let's see a practical demonstration. Here I am killing the 4 kings. I'm not focusing them one at a time, hence the boss health is a bit lower than earlier. Finally, after they all respawn, we can see we have 4 kings with full health, making a total of 8. But we can go even further. So, how do you exceed the 8 kings? The answer is how the individual kings have been coded. Any damage to a singular king is also equally felt by the total shared health bar. But during one test, I noticed a discrepancy. Certain weapons will deal bonus damage to the individual kings. So this means we'll be able to kill more kings while preserving the precious shared life bar. So, why does it happen? Well, let's look at stumble weapons. In Dark Souls 1 there was a cool feature. certain weapons that if you missed your attack had a punishing stumbling animation. They appeared on the heavy and powerful weapons, so with them you had to fight carefully and land your attacks so you didn't suffer from this bad animation. Examples of stumble weapons could be found in axes, halberds, pickaxes, hammers, clubs, and scythes. But for whatever reason, these weapons deal bonus damage to the individual kings. But with even more tricks we can abuse. Dealing counterattacks with stumble weapons, so that's frost weapons only, also deals bonus damage to the kings at no extra cost of the shared health bar. Now, equipping a Leo ring on top of this boosts this even further. Now, this is pretty efficient, but we can still do better. Many weapons have a sweet spot feature. Hitting with the bladed part of the weapon does bonus damage, while hitting them with the stick, handle or hilt does much less damage. And best of all of these bonuses stag. So by combining stumble weapons, Leo ring counterattacks, and sweet spots, we have this. The Black Knight's Halberd. For every 420, insert memes here, damage we deal, the collective boss only loses 222 HP. This means for every 1 health the collective boss loses, the individual king will lose 1.89 health. But we can do even better. For whatever reason, if you fail stats on this weapon, we can deal 11 damage to a king and only 5 damage to the collective total. Now, for every 1 HP the collective health pool loses, the individual king will lose 2.2 HP. Now, even I have to admit, that is good news for everyone but me, since it's going to take me a couple of years to go capture this footage, considering that's about 2,000 attacks I need to do. So yeah, this is why the video is so late. BRB in 2 years.
1 eternity later.
Oh man, alright, that took a while. Are you ready to see the maximum possible now? Well, here we go. Oh. Alright, I know I keep saying this, but I do wish they didn't spawn off screen. Since I can only show footage of me killing them, let's get out the old visual helper to explain what the maximum is. So this is how you get the max total kings. 4 kings spawn naturally. Then we need to kill each king with our brand new method. So for every king that dies, which is 2,353 health, the collective health pool only loses 1,069 HP. And then we kill another, and another one, and another, etc, etc. We have now killed 4 kings and met 8 kings total, which was our old record. But we can keep going all the way until we kill 4 more kings. That is 8 kings encountered, 8 killed total. But sadly, this is where we end. The boss now has 952 HP remaining. Killing another king will end the battle, allowing no more kings to spawn. Oh dear, so is this it? Is 12 really the max? Well, we have one last trick. Looking at the wiki, we can see the kings know a move called Life Drain. It's not surprising really, all beings to do with the abyss know the art of Life Drain. Due to this guy. How he taught them, I don't even know. But here is the problem. If it heals the individual king's HP, that would actually mean we encounter less kings overall. But, and this is a big but, if it heals the collective health pool, we can then kill an unlimited amount of kings. Unlimited kings! And now for the moment of truth. Yeah, I was just wasting your time, but I had to make sure. The wiki says that this move drains 1 humanity off the player. It does not heal HP to anyone, and that's a shame. So, about time we wrap this up, eh? So we finally answered the age-old question of how many kings could spawn in the 4 kings boss battle. What this does to the lore is up for debate. I'm not sure this boss is working as intended. I imagine it is an oversight that more than 4 spawn, more so when you look at the item descriptions. Before, I had no idea of this boss's actual lore. I thought it's something generic like one king split his soul 4 ways and that's why they all look identical. However, the items say that Lord Gwyn gave the 4 leaders in New Londo a piece of the Great Soul. In Japanese, the 4 kings' name translates as which means up to 4 kings. Just kidding, it literally translates to 4 kings. Unlike Lord Gwyn's name, which translates to King of Firewood. No, really, it's quite bizarre. But to be honest, who isn't a king in Dark Souls anyways? So perhaps it's just the same 4 kings respawning over and over. Anywho, that is enough rambling. In fact, I have another video that's almost done, but I'm a bit stuck. Feel free to check the pinned comment if you want to help out. And to everyone watching in 2019 when this is all solved and no longer pinned, I don't know, how's Bloodborne 2? Prediction, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Anywho, thanks for watching.